What will the impact of tariff war be on India's gems and jewellery market? To discuss this, we now have Mr. Nitin Kedia, National Secretary at AIJGF, or All India Jewelers and Goldsmith Federation, now joining us. Mr. Kedia, thank you so much for taking time out and joining us here on ET Now. And with a 24% run up this year so far, gold is again at another record high level. But since you as an association talk to jewelers who deal with customers on a daily basis, what has the impact of rising gold prices been on demand? And now that the wedding season is also perhaps behind us, is demand slowing down due to the surge in gold prices that we have seen?
See, if we talk about the demand, then as of now, the demand is slow by 8% in weight terms. So last year, if we had a demand of, let's say, 200 ton during the season, so this year we may see it around 180 tons or 182 tons. But if we talk in terms of money or in terms of value, then we are up by a 10 to 12%. So I don't see that the major impact on the demand has happened due to the higher prices. In fact, the people, those who sold because of the news that the gold is going to come down at 56,000, they are coming back to buy their gold, and because now they believe that at any point of a time gold can touch 1 lakh or 1,25,000. So we have seen a reverse demand also coming during this time.
Reverse demand is picking up pace, but what is your expectation for Akshaya Tritiya this year, which is in a fortnight from now on the 30th of April? Are you expecting a rebound in demand, especially as compared to same time last year? Because prices have run up a whole lot. So what's the demand expectation for the auspicious season this year?
What happens in gold, where we have seen historically that whenever there is a correction of 3 to 4% in the prices during the upsurge, then there's a good demand that comes in the gold. And similarly, we expect that before Akshaya Tritiya, we can have a 3 or 4% correction in gold prices, and that can contribute towards demand. And we may see around 5% to 6% more demand coming this season.
So if gold prices decline by about 3 to 4% in the next 15 days, you expect demand on that occasion to rise by about 5 to 6%. But Mr. Kedia, if you can break this demand into two parts for us. One is investment demand and the other part is consumption demand. How has the demand trend for both these aspects been? And is investment demand inching higher due to the kind of returns gold has given of late?
Yeah. See, earlier what used to happen that there was a 70% consumption demand and 30% investment demand. And consumption demand was also like in two patterns. One was for the marriage season and one was for the personal use. Now what has happened that the investment demand has gone up to 65% and the consumption demand has came down to 35 to 40%. And out of that, the personal consumption, apart from marriage, that is drastically down by 80% this time. But that has been covered up by the investment demand. But when we talk about the investment demand, then there is more of coin or bar that is being purchased by the customers, not the ornaments.
So the personal consumption demand for gold has clearly come down, but investment demand because of the surge in gold prices has seen an increase. Mr. Kedia, what is the sense that you're getting from customers? Since you deal with customers on ground on a daily basis, are customers waiting to buy more in anticipation of fall in gold prices over the next, say, short term, over the next 1 or 2 odd months?
See, we can again divide this into the two categories. What we are seeing from the rural area, that the demand is very good because people anticipate that the gold prices may go higher, and those who were waiting for the prices to correct around 82,000, now they are coming to buy the gold. And in urban areas, people are still waiting that let it come down to 82,000 or 84,000. Like we did a survey day before yesterday, and we spoke to around 500, 600 people, and around 25,000 people online participated in the survey. And we saw that 70% of the urban people are waiting for the price of 82 to 85,000. That if the prices comes down to this level, then we may come up and buy again. And that's why in your earlier question, I mentioned that if prices correct by 3 to 4%, then we may see the upsurge in the demand coming.
Rural demand continues to remain very strong, but urban customers are waiting for prices to come down. That's the word coming in. But since India is also a global player of gems and jewelry, how have the impact of tariff war been on gold demand, especially in the international market? Have we already seen any kind of impact? And if not, what is the potential impact over the next 1 or 2 odd months?
See, it is very early to say that whether we will see the uh, impact on demand as of now or not, because the Trump he is renegotiating and the countries are on the renegotiating process. Just now, your channel flashed that the Commerce Minister is going to Europe, and we are finding the different markets also. So I think there may be an initial hitch-ups in the demand, but later on the people will get used to it and will return to older forms.
And which countries do we export to majorly? Is US a major destination for India's gems and jewelry exports? And what kind of impact do you see for India's gems and jewelry trade with the United States?
Yes, yes. US is a major destination for the gems and jewelry, and we I think the diplomat channels which are being on between the both the governments, that will bring the fruitful result for the industry.
We get that, Mr. Kedia, but till we sign a bilateral agreement with the US, how much will demand be impacted in the intervening period over the short term till the bilateral agreement is signed?
Yeah, definitely it is going to come because the prices have gone up drastically. So definitely we may see a demand coming down by 12 to 15% during this period. But it may not impact domestic gold industry to a lot. It will be impacting diamond traders more.
Export demand environment is likely to be impacted on account of escalating tariff war, and especially because India has a substantial amount of trade with the US as far as gems and jewelry exports is concerned. Mr. Kedia, thanks so much for joining us here on ET Now and helping us decode what the impact of rising gold prices has been on gold jewelry consumption. But
if you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.